Anthony Bourdain once said, "There is no place on earth even remotely like New Orleans. Don't even try to compare it to anywhere else." Really, trying to define New Orleans is like bouncing over cliches and falling short of capturing its essence. Walking by arched passageways of Spanish houses, savoring French-influenced food, breathing in the Caribbean-like warm, damp air, you kind of lose a sense of where you are. But one thing the city is truly defined and shaped by is water. Having Lake Pontchartrain to the north, the Mississippi River to the south, and surrounded by wetlands throughout, the city is a bit of an island. That's why the French saw it as a port city and founded Nouvelle-Orléans right at the mouth of the Mississippi River. Originally home to Native Americans, it was colonized by France, then Spain, back to France, then sold to the US.
Now this is the original, right here. You see what you see?
Oh, yeah.
Original French market coffee thing, but this Café du Monde, that's the original. You can't get it no better than from right there, baby.
The legendary Café du Monde, an iconic mom-and-pop shop where ladies in white aprons and paper hats hand you over flaming hot beignets like a Christmas gift. You somehow feel rewarded for good behavior with the beignet on one hand and café au lait on the other. The beignet is a deep-fried, soft and pillowy dough goodness sinking in powdered sugar. It's irresistible for even those without a sweet tooth, and dangerously airy and feathery that you can eat a dozen of them without even realizing it. And their special café au lait, a milk coffee with chicory, has a rich chocolatey flavor that goes hand in hand with the marshmallow-like fluffy beignet that just melts in your mouth. But I do need a proper breakfast, something wholesome, somewhere homey. So I came to another landmark of a place, the Mother's Restaurant. At Mother's, you get New Orleans cooking for exactly what it is, unpretentious home cooking. Also, you feel so welcome and cozy that you feel like your aunt's gonna come out and hug you.
I think that every restaurant plays jazz music. Every restaurant. Even the bars on the street were playing jazz. You know what I mean? There were college kids like, going crazy, but then there was jazz inside all the time. So I like that. It tastes like my mom made this, you know? It's have that homemade southern touch to it.
New Orleans staples, jambalaya, gumbo, deep-fried shrimp, oysters, catfish, potato salad, and turnip greens. Also, after last night, I needed good old Bloody Marys to fix a nasty storm brewing inside of me. I had my fair share of Bloody Marys. Not that there's a share for everyone, but these were one of the best. Gumbo is literally a melting pot. If you get hangry like me and you need a quick fix, this flavor-packed stew is your best friend. With an ocean of ingredients, it just glides down and satisfies all your cravings for comfort food. Jambalaya reminded me of a paella I ate in Barcelona. At a glance, it's a simple dish made of rice, meats, and veggies, but then the rice is so richly infused with aromatic herbs and Cajun and Creole seasonings that it tasted so familiar, but yet so new. I'm not one who's fascinated with death. Cemeteries give me no joy but sadness. But there's such a tourist attraction in New Orleans that the movie Interview with the Vampire shot a scene here. So here I am at the oldest cemetery, St. Louis No. 1. It's a warm sunny day in New Orleans, but coldness and gloom quickly consume you in the city of the dead. Tall, gray tombs stand in eerie quietness, making your hair stand on end. But why such elaborate houses for the dead, you ask? As much of the city sits on swamps, it's hard to dig a grave without it filling with water. After floods and hurricanes, coffins would be floating down the river, making a surprise visit to the living. So the city took Catholic traditions of having vaults and tombs above ground to bury their dead. But all I kept thinking was how I can get out of here and enjoy simple pleasures of life. After the cemetery, I desperately needed some aura cleansing, a shower of refreshing cocktails and food, and found a familiar setting. Lights, ambiance, a bistro. While looking through Sylvain's menu, 2 dishes were practically screaming at me: crispy pork belly and glazed short rib. Crispy pork belly, my weakness, my Achilles heel. Who cares about their waistline when a crunchy pork belly is crackling and unraveling in your mouth? Dip it in the nutty lechon sauce, unapologetically delicious. The glazed short rib was practically melting under a slight touch. Glossy, tender meat in a velvety bone marrow soubise. Paired with a Croatian red with intense flavors of berries and black pepper, made me think, I must have done something right in this life.
You like seafood? Acme Oyster. I recommend Acme Oyster House. Acme
Acme Oyster House.
Acme Oyster